classic. Uno so no Prime Minister try to shake a PMP lady and she diss him. Uno no shame. Uno JLP no shame.
Me no shame. Andrew Holness no shame. The rest of JLP them shame. Because all of them are hypocrite. So that's why them have to shame. Me and Andrew Holness no shame. Because me are no hypocrite. And Andrew Holness are no hypocrite. Remember, you know, I'm more than 1 town hall meeting. Me hear my own Prime Minister Andrew Holness say him no them as hypocrite. We don't deal with hypocrite. They are hypocrite. No regular Andrew Holness say that.
Yeah.
So if PMP lady no do nothing wrong. Thumbs up to the PMP lady. If I did have $10 million, I'll give it to her. A PR if you don't shake him on. Even though I'm my Prime Minister. Because we don't like hypocrite. Once you don't like a person, don't deal with them. No matter how big him is, no matter how rich him is, he don't give a damn who him be. That's why we black people cannot come out of slavery. Because we're too hypocritical. I respect that lady. As much as Andrew Holness is my Prime Minister, I respect that lady. That lady don't do nothing wrong. Lady, remember Daddy Classic, respect I love you so much. At least we have one black somebody so far who not deal with hypocrite. You know how much somebody will laugh up and ramp up with Andrew Holness when I like him? Eh? You know how much, you know say when him do nothing wrong, me burn fire upon him as much as me in a film constituency. You know see that? Eh? We not play with people, man. You say once you're wrong, and once you're right, you're right. If a lady did say Andrew Holness I do good enough, she would have never do what she done. She don't do anything wrong. Thumbs up to the lady. I mean, no Andrew Holness respect that lady for what she do. When a man don't play hypocrite with people, man. When people wrong, make them know say they're wrong, man. People can't wrong and you give them right. The lady know where she are face. And that is the reason why she acting at the way where she act. And dear me and Crawford, me respect you over the years. Me expect you should have just said to the lady, say, okay, and not say nothing. Don't tell him to shake Andrew Holness' hand. Because she feel the pressure what Andrew Holness make we going through. And I feel it also. But me allow other people to express it. Big up yourself, lady. You not do nothing wrong. Me no vex, Andrew Holness no vex. The rest of you no vex because you are hypocrite. We don't like hypocrite. Tell a man as how it is. Behind Andrew Holness back, he mount a JLP a chat, he mount a PMP a chat. And when you see man in front of him, he show no one $500 and 1,000. Hey, my Prime Minister. When you know you don't rate him and not like him. Tell a man it's out in our face. Lady, big up yourself. Thumbs up. I respect you.
Me, I gonna say this again. Me personally wouldn't stretch out my hand and shake Andrew Holness' hand. And if me shouldn't they right here so right now I'm say Andrew Holness a come, I turn my back and I walk away. Because I wouldn't want to have a conversation with Andrew Holness, to be honest with you, because there's nothing at all that I would have liked to talk to Andrew Holness about. Because me personally, what I would say to him, I know that he would not be truthful. And me wouldn't tell him plain and straight to his face, say, boss, you lie now. You lie. I mean, I believe not what you say. So, me wouldn't play a hypocrite with Andrew Holness, to be honest with you. You understand? But people, like and share this video, people. Please may I ask you if you like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, you have a set of people that they are such a hypocrite. When me say hypocrite, they are hypocrite. Them behave as if they don't like you, and when them see you, them skinning in your face, them laughing in your face, them grinning in your face, and if you even have something to eat, them take it and them eat it as well. You call them hypocrite. Now I am playing no hypocrite with nobody, you know. That's why I talk so bold and so brawling. No filter to my thing, because at the end of the day, people, it better to be real than be fake. It better me show you my real side than show your fake side, and later on, from now, you say, boy, me fake. No, me I show you plain and straight, say, me real. Me, personally, wouldn't support Andrew Holness. Me, personally, wouldn't support the Jamaican Labour Party because I know what they stand for. I wouldn't support the Jamaican Labour Party because I know that it is a traitor party, a Judas party, a party that doesn't love the less fortunate. Them not like to see the ghetto youth them rise. Them not want to see you have nothing. Them more for the upper class people. You understand what I say? Now, inside of this video, I am going to play a video that will expose Dennis Chung and Holness and the corruption that is going on inside of our country. So people, this one is from a lawyer that will explain Dennis Chung's position as the head of the FID. And when you listen, people, you're going to hear the breakdown of the corruption that is involved in his appointment. Big corruption. And a lot of people stop talking about this already because no claim say, boy, he don't get the job. But he can be removed. And it is not fair for him to be there, people. It is not fair for him to be there sitting down in that chair collecting taxpayers' money knowing that he is such a corruption. One more corruption giant the lot. I'm not comfortable about it. I'm not comfortable about it. I tell you now what to do already, you know. I tell you if you fast and pray because Jamaica need the prayer. We need to come together as a country, as a family, and pray out these people out of our country. And I hope that when Mark Golding win, whenever this man call the election and Mark Golding win, Mark Golding, I hope that you put the country and even a 3-day fasting. You see how the soon-to-be opposition leader and Holness bring down pure demons in our country. And the terrible things them that are happening inside of this country, they're not normal. So this country definitely need prayers. This country definitely need God. And the only way to do that is if all of us come together, apologize to God, and pray. Fast and pray. You understand? Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful morning. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So remember, like up the video, share up the video, and subscribe to the channel. Alright? Make a run the intro and come back. We're soon forward. Just remember, we burn corruption. We will not support corruption. We will not stand with corruption, but stand against corruption. Stand against corrupted politician, corrupted leader, corrupted pastor, corrupted anybody. Because we don't believe in a corruption. Because corruption take away from our children education, our healthcare system, and from our infrastructure. Burn corruption. Alright? We move forward. Welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now people, remember to like and share this video. Remember to like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and turn on the post notification bell. To each and every one of you that is watching this video right now, whether they are work, whether they are yard, whether they are eat, whether they are drink, I just want to say, just remember one thing. Jesus Christ loves you all. Jesus Christ loves you all. Him just wanted to come closer and closer and closer. We are too far away from our God. We are too far away. We drift gone too far. And he wants us to come back closer as a family. But Jesus Christ loves you all. And it no matter what you're going through, I want you to always remember that God loves us. To understand. And somebody out there may be going through something worse than you. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Don't stress yourself too much. Just trust and believe in God. Now people, listen to this. So Labourite make it look like say PNP tear down them flyers. And PNP do this and PNP do that. Like I know the same Labourite them a fight against them one another over there in Westmoreland. Now them use Garfield James to replace Moreland Wilson. And the people them a create havoc because them decide say them no want Garfield James because him is a sellout and him did upon the People's National Party side and him sell out the People's National Party, so them not trust him. So people, this video will prove everything for you. Alright? More want to know watch this video and it will prove what I am saying. Check it out.
I want to tell Clarendon James this. So get this message straight, Clarendon James. Stop paying Labourite if you take down more than post of them. In gone independent, I do enough damage already. Enough is enough, man. Stop. I need more posts of them here. Stop paying Labour if you take down a man post of them.
Jamaica Labour Party, no Moreland, no vote, no unity no down here. None. If I no Moreland, Westmoreland, mash up. No Moreland, no Moreland, no vote. No Moreland, no vote.
This man never worked for anything yet. Councillor, Wickham give him. Principal at the school, Wickham give him. In doctorate, when I walk on a hype boat, and wife do it for him. He's a carbon copy candidate. I don't have Altia Bar weekly go meet him. The people not give Judas Clarendon James Labourites, let this sink in. 30 plus years we starve and never have an MP. We couldn't get no help till more than win. And now all cars are Clarendon James and they could bounce back miles. All that they are gone. Very soon. All that. You see, Judas James, you're right, the Labour Party. Beside third namings, you do want to burn Savannah and a friendship. You do want to Green Chill. I know you reach a top road like London. You see, we don't want you. Are we to put you in, and are we? Are we to not stop taking gas station money? We try to catch people with food. But I can't catch a real rock solid with food. You see, we're not hungry. You see, more than the people them want. You see, more than we want. You come like some dog. You know when dog run down, can't catch it. But when they finally catch it, they know what to do. You hard to get worse. Really get worse. The audacity of Clarendon James. If you go tell more than say you want him out of office because of theme time now. After Clarendon James have theme Sheffield office locked down from.
Now, my viewers, my subscribers, you must be wondering why did I play that audio. Well, there's a narrative going around that the People's National Party are walking around over there in Westmoreland and I tear down them flyers or them posters or them billboard, whatever they want to call it, and a spray paint over it. So, this is just a proof to show you that Labourite and Labourite over there, a war against one another. Garfield James are tear down Moreland Wilson flyers them because him gone independent, and Moreland Wilson supporters are tearing down back Garfield James flyers. Now, them not do nothing more than pin it and PNP. This is just to show you how wicked and cruel these people really are. You understand? And as you're hearing the video a while ago, people, as you're hearing the audio, you hear them tell a plain and straight say, Garfield James a peer man for tear down Moreland flyers them. So them a war against one another and want to put it out there so PNP do it. Now, Cliff Hughes and Nationwide put it out big and brawling that PNP are tear down Labourite flyers. So that's why I'm always there for showing the truth whenever them come with them lies. You understand me I say? But people stay focused and don't let these people turn against wider. And don't make these people make it seem like PNP are trying to live bad with nobody, because the People's National Party is a very peaceful party. It is a godly party, and we not believe in a certain things, and we're not gonna make them drive we do certain things. You understand what I mean? I say, now Diane Jackson Miller, Wayne, and the whole Dennis Chung situation, people, and she had a lot to say. She had a lot to say. I'm gonna say after this video, everybody are gonna say Diane Jackson Miller is a PNP. So people, I am gonna play this video for you guys, and you can leave your honest opinion down below in the comment section. One thing me can say is that Dennis Chung need to resign, and the pressure not to ease up. Andrew Holness we got prison to make these type of decision. Now, people, I want to listen carefully what Diane Jackson Miller had to say. Alright, check it out.
So, there are different things going on here, but I think I see a common thread running through all of them. One of the problems is that 2025 is an election year. So it's easy for the government to try to ignore concerns that are raised about anything by saying it's politics. But there are legitimate questions here that have been asked, and we the public haven't got the answers. The legitimate questions have to do with Mr. Chung's qualifications for the job, and also Mr. Chung's comments that he made about the Integrity Commission report on the statutory declarations of the Prime Minister, and how that will play when the FID looks at the matter. What's the common thread for me? The lack of answers and lack of openness from government entities in the matter. So before I say anything else, I have to say this. I don't like that this has happened. I like Dennis Chung. I've always found him to be an affable, calm, very informed person, always willing to share his thoughts with the media and the public on matters of public interest. I've interviewed him probably dozens of times over the years. And of course, it's because of that issue of a public commentator that's partially why we are where we are. But where we are is not a great place. It's not great for the FID. It's not great for the public. It's certainly not great for Mr. Chung. So let's start with what I am insisting is a legitimate question about Mr. Chung's qualifications for the job. So what does the Chief Technical Director of the Financial Investigation Division do? When you look at what the Act said, that's the Financial Investigations Division Act, what it says is that the Chief Technical Director is responsible for day-to-day administration and operation of the division. So what does the FID do? Again, according to the Act, just to pick out some of the major functions, right? It says that the FID is supposed to advise the minister on matters of policy relating to detection, prevention, and control of financial crimes. It's supposed to investigate any person reasonably suspected of being involved in committing financial crime. And it's supposed to formulate and implement management guidelines and policies and an annual plan approved by the minister to control and prevent financial crime. So it must be a legitimate question to ask about Mr. Chung's background in financial crime or anti-money laundering, because everything that the FID is supposed to do, advise the minister, investigate crimes as well as formulate policy, all of that has to do with financial crime. The Gleaner said that the requirement that the FID boss has a strong law enforcement background is in keeping with a practice that spans over 2 decades, dating back to the tenure of Mike Surridge, a former cop from the United Kingdom. And they said other past FID chief technical directors have included former senior cops Calvin Small, Justin Felice, and Selvin Hay. Robin Sykes, another former director, is not from law enforcement, but he's a lawyer, and he's always been one of Jamaica's leading authorities on money laundering. The government reps who have been very loudly making noise and defending Mr. Chung's appointment have pointed to the fact that there have been heads of the FID who did not have backgrounds in law enforcement. But that's really missing the point. Former Finance Minister Audley Shaw, a JLP minister in 2010, had said that a senior cop was to head the FID as part of the government's move to deal with corruption. And Mr. Shaw also said at the time that it was a prudent move, makes sense, to make the police more involved in the operations of the FID. So from 2010, we had the former finance minister telling us that it made sense to have a senior cop heading the entity that was dealing with the investigation of financial crime. the qualifications issue also has to be looked at along with the news that when the position was first advertised in the Gleaner in November 2024, that the requirement for the job was 12 years law enforcement experience, with 5 of those years at a senior level. Then now, when the job was re-advertised in January 2025, just 2 months later, the law enforcement qualification had been taken out and replaced by a requirement for senior managerial experience. So, it's answering the wrong question to say that Mr. Chung is qualified to lead the FID because we have previously had people who didn't have a career in law enforcement leading the FID. The right question is why in 2025, with money laundering such an enormous problem right across the world, with Jamaica just having been removed from the Financial Action Task Force's so-called grey list of countries. Those are countries that them say have deficiencies in their anti-money laundering, countering financing of terrorism regime. The question for us is, why would we want to weaken the qualifications for that job? And when you look at it, the qualifications have been weakened in reference to the job and the work of the FID. We know that Mr. Chung has a whole heap of very valuable qualities and qualifications, but his last job was General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation. The Observer looked at his background, for instance, and said that he has over 35 years experience in accounting and financial management. He's worked in the public sector, the private sector. He's a certified public accountant. He has a BSc and a master's in accounting. He's had several senior roles. He's been financial controller. He's been a consultant. For 4 years, he was chief executive officer of Supreme Ventures. Now look, those are good qualifications, right? But nowhere have we been told of any background he has in dealing with financial crime or anti-money laundering, which is the thrust of the FID. Will he be able to do the job? Well, he's an accountant, not like say a medium hire, right? So with strong technical support, I suspect he will be able to do the job. How well? I don't know. Now, former opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips said that Jamaica has been trying for a long time to develop as an international financial center. He said if you appoint Dennis Chung, you can kiss that goodbye. It's dead. It's going to make economic growth in Jamaica even harder to come by. Respectfully, that argument sounds completely over the top and exaggerated to me. I hardly think that the FID or the financial sector is going to collapse because of Mr. Chung. I do think the more relevant issue of concern is he the best fit for the job today? And that is a legitimate question. But it's a question we don't get no answer to. When the Gleaner asked the Services Commission, which was the entity that put out the 2 ads, what they were told is that they would be dealing with the Gleaner's questions as an Access to Information Act request. Now look, this is what government entities do when they don't want to give you information that they have, or when it's right in front of them. That's because the Access to Information Act, which is an act that allows people to ask for and get documents that state agencies have in their possession, what the law says is that state agencies have 30 days to give you what you're asking for. Then at the end of the 30 days, they can say they need another 30 days. And they always do that when they don't want to give you whatever information it is you're asking for. And they do that all when they have the information right in front of them. That's because many government entities pay lip service to this idea that the public has a right to know what they're doing and a right to access documents that they have. They say it, they don't really believe it. This kind of behavior is an abuse of the spirit of the Access to Information Act, right? It goes completely against the principle of open government, which is supposed to encourage sharing information with the public that is held by public entities. And it's just a terrible move by the Services Commission, right? Because questions about the appointment of Mr. Chung to head the FID are legitimate questions. It doesn't matter who the questions come from, whether it come from journalists, whether it come from opposition politicians, it doesn't matter. Those are legitimate questions to ask about the current situation, and we still don't have an answer. Because we should have got an explanation as to why there wasn't a more robust search for the Chief Technical Director of the FID. Because running one ad, right, and then 2 months later, changing major qualifications for the position and running another ad, That does not constitute a robust search. That does sound like that was a serious search and they were seriously looking for people with law enforcement experience or experience in dealing with financial crime. The other legitimate question is how the FID with Dennis Chung at its head is going to deal with the Integrity Commission report on the statutory declarations of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. This is because when the Integrity Commission report first came out, Mr. Chung wasn't too impressed with the report, or at least some parts of it, right? Nationwide reported in September 2024 that Mr. Chung was questioning some of the claims in the report. He said the basis of the conclusions was dubious. So this brings up now the question of bias and whether Mr. Chung could be said to be biased if he now has to look at the issue of the Integrity Commission report. There are two types of bias that the law talks about, what is called actual bias and apparent bias. Now, actual bias is when it can be proven that the person is biased. That's usually very hard to do, so people usually focus on the other type of bias, which is called apparent bias. The courts have said that the test for apparent bias is whether the fair-minded and informed observer, having considered the facts, would conclude that there was a real possibility that the tribunal was biased. In other words, if somebody out a road, we have sense, look upon the situation and say, look like saying could have biased for true, that's apparent bias. So now, if you heard that Mr. Chung had raised concerns about the Integrity Commission report, then you heard that he's heading an agency that the very same Integrity Commission had asked to look at the very same report, would you say to yourself there's a real possibility here that he could be biased in his approach? And I think any reasonable person would have to say, yes, that is a real possibility. It's nothing personal. It's nothing against his character. It's just that when you look at the test, you would look at it and say there's a real possibility there that he could be biased. No, this is not a hypothetical issue. This is a real issue. The Integrity Commission sent the report to the FID and asked them to look at it. Now, the FID might decide to take it on. The FID might say they not take it on. Either way, the FID would have made a decision about what to do with the report. And in the context of Mr. Chung's comments, that must be of concern. Any decision that the FID makes with Mr. Chung at its head is going to be under the microscope. No, the argument is that Mr. Chung could recuse himself from any such decision or investigation into the Integrity Commission report on the Prime Minister. Recusing meaning to take away himself from this particular decision making, not from the agency as a whole. Recuse himself and make other people decide what to do with the report. And that is how you deal with these kinds of matters, and that normally does address the concern about bias, about apparent bias, unless the concern is that the issue is so big that it can't be dealt with by recusing oneself from a particular situation. But here's the thing, we haven't heard anything about how the FID plans to deal with this situation. Even when all the uproar was out there, and even when people were asking, hold on, what's going on? Mr. Chung, the FID, the Services Commission, they've gone into turtle mode, right? Defensive mode. Nah answer no question, nah do the interview, nah send out no statement. And I really don't think that's the way to go. I totally understand if Mr. Chung himself decides to stay silent, but the government officials involved in this have a duty to the public to tell us what is going on. What's the plan? There should have been a time for openness, not a time to hunker down and hope that the storm going past and then you can go about your business. It's worth pointing out as well that it's not just the opposition politicians that were raising some questions and concerns. Civil society groups, National Integrity Action, Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal were also raising concerns and raising questions about the appointment of Mr. Chung. So the strategy here apparently was for the appointing entity to stay quiet, for them to send out the political spokesman, them to make noise and bad up anybody who raise concerns about the issue, and to hope that the public would move on, right? 9 days, move on, which is going to happen because life moves on. Other things are going where you have to pay attention to. I think it was a bad strategy. It's a strategy that ignores the need for accountability of the entity that made the appointment, and accountability and responsiveness on the part of the FID. We need to get to a better stage. These entities where feel somebody mustn't ask them no question. We need to move beyond that. You're doing taxpayers' business. Taxpayers have a right to ask questions and they have a right to get an answer. None of what has happened here is in the public interest. It's not in the interest of the FID and it's not in the interest of Mr. Chung. Gonna leave it there. What you think? I want to know. Drop your comments below. Remember, be civil. Like the video now. Share it with somebody you think might be interested and subscribe to the channel.
Now, what I think about the appointment of Mr. Chung is that corruption surrounded and Andrew Holness is using Mr. Chung to save his backside. That is what he's trying to do. Save his own backside by installing Mr. Chung. But people, as I always say, if you don't realize what Andrew Holness do, Andrew Holness try to get out all of the good people and put in pure corruption. It's like this man surround himself with corruption so much, him don't even realize what him do. You understand? And him believes we the people of Jamaica, we are idiot. And he can take with the idiot. And things can be done and we not see it. But Andrew Holness, let me tell you this. You make a sad mistake because we are see every single thing that you are doing. But people, state a thought and that down below in the comment section. And as usual, people, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet, and turn on the post notification bell for new content. Alright? Remember, God is love. Love is the answer. God is within us. Remember, a prayer a day keep the devil away. We need some prayers, some strong prayers, some fasting and prayers to break the curse, to break the spell that this wicked, evil government have over us inside of this country. The spell that him have a sacrifice the youth them make when accident happen. Man tear up gone so, man tear up gone so, man tear up gone so, and the police force are cut down both innocent and uninnocent, and I use the blood as sacrifice for this man. We need justice in other country. But people, as me say, pray. A prayer day keep the devil away. Alright? I'm out.